What's good with your YouTube? What's good with your Facebook? What's good with your Twitter? This is Louthewritersports Report back with you once again. Hope everybody taking care of themselves, staying safe out there, and basically living their lives. All right, let's talk about it. First off, I want to say congratulations to Lovie Smith for being once again the NFL head coach. He did his time with the Birds, the Buccaneers, and coached college football with the Illinois Fighting Lions. To be honest with you, I thought after his stint in Illinois, he would never get a head coaching job ever again. But but I was wrong. He got a head coaching job, and he got it with the Houston Texans. Like like I said, congratulations on getting a head coaching job. But I'm gonna say it like this: they are using you as a puppet, man. They're using you. You cannot tell me. Like I know he has head coaching experience in the NFL, but come on, man. Don't, some tell me something ain't right about this whole situation right here. Brian Flores filed a lawsuit against the NFL, against certain teams in the NFL, the Miami Dolphins, the Houston Texans, the I'm trying to remember what other teams did it, what other teams he had filed a lawsuit against too. And all of a sudden, he get Lovie Smith get the head coaching job from the Houston Texans. All of a sudden, because remember, it was down to Josh McCown and Lovie Smith. If Brian Floyd gonna file that lawsuit, does Lovie Smith still get the head coaching job? The Lovie Smith, because it seems to me Lovie Smith came out of nowhere and got the head coaching job at the Houston Texans all of a sudden. And how can you trust the Houston Texans organization? They are dirty to the teeth. How can you trust the Houston Texans? Do you honestly believe that the Houston Texans really believe in Lovie Smith, or are they just using him as a puppet to show the NFL and the football world? It's like, see, we don't got no bad hiring practice. We do things the right way here in Houston. Come on, please. Who are you trying to fool, man? Seriously, who are you trying to fool? Like I supposed to trust the Houston Texans doing the right thing. Hmm. You tried to ruin Deshaun Watson's career because he wanted to leave Houston. Then don't get me started on the racist owner who said racist stuff about his own players. Come on, man. Like people do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. This is something ain't right. Something ain't right here. And plus, are they going to really help Lovie Smith have a chance to do some good things with the Houston Texans? Really? Um, Come on, man. Like, what's up, Polo, man? I don't trust. You actually trust the Houston Texans? You don't think the Houston Texans using Lovie Smith as a puppet? Showing, trying to show the NFL and all what like, we don't got bad hiring practice. When Brian Flores filed a lawsuit, the Houston Texans was on that lawsuit. And all of a sudden, Lovie Smith out of nowhere get the head coaching job at Houston. You don't think you don't think that kind of strange? Matter of fact, hold up. get me wrong. I'm glad that Lovie Smith got another head coaching job in the NFL. I'm glad he's the head coach again. But come on, think about it, Polo. If they didn't file this lawsuit, because it was down to Josh McCown and Lovie Smith. If the lawsuit wasn't filed, do you really think Lovie Smith would have got the job over Josh McCown? Because my understanding was they're about ready to give it to Josh McCown before the lawsuit was filed. And by the way, I just found out that Dennis Allen got the head coaching job with the New Orleans Saints. I know I must be talking crazy, Polo, but come on, man. Come on, do you actually trust the Houston Texans? Come on, you know how they are, man.
Hey Lou, you must have been talking to my mom, because my mom said the same thing.
Of course, your mom said the same thing, because he knows what's up. Your mom knows what's up, Polo. Just like
I think I got an echo.
Say what?
I think I got an echo. I get what you're saying. Not putting anything past them. I understand, but I'm like, look, listen, are not just on the NFL teams and the owners and they asses. There's a lot of people calling Roger Goodell is trying to do everything that he can. Listen, if they want to, Lou, we've already talked about this before. They can overthrow Roger Goodell if they want to.
Tom, he like once they filed that lawsuit, he came out of town like, well, we're trying to make some changes. Like, really?
And Marvin Lewis that came out, Lou.
Yeah, I saw that from Town Bid. Roger Goodell is not the boss of the NFL. Those 32 owners are the bosses. And those 32 owners are old. And those 32 owners are old men who shouldn't not be owning the teams no more. Cause they still think of hiring practice from the 1950s and 60s. Come on, man. Like, they're using Lovie Smith as a puppet, man. Don't fall for the banana and tailpipe, y'all. Come on.
I don't think listen, I'm not gonna say they're using him as a puppet because Lovie Smith got a good resume. He doesn't have a good resume with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, of course, but he got a damn good resume with Chicago. And he's been a defensive coordinator for quite some time with Houston, Lou. So listen, check this out. I'm not even thinking about. I know what you're saying as far as the puppet situation. I get that, but look, this could be a way for Deshaun Watson to finally get an opportunity, man.
shoot, Deshaun Watson probably still won't get out of Houston because he knows the bullshit going on there.
I get. Hey, look, I'm like this. Lovie Smith is going to address that situation. I can guarantee you he is. Hey, he's good friends with Tony Dungy. All he gotta do is call Tony Dungy, man, and be like, I'm not saying them guys got magic like that and nothing like that, but I feel like that's gonna be his first plan of attack. He's gonna be like, look, what the fuck is we gonna do with Deshaun Watson?
So you, so Deshaun Watson supposed to trust that organization that tried to ruin his career and try to come back and play for them? Fuck that.
Well, look, they cleaning house up at the Houston Texans organization. Matter of fact, I talked to one of my cousins down there. She live in Katy, and she said, man, they're trying to clean that whole entire organization up right now. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, when they got rid of David Cooley, you already knew. Okay, this something finna this finna be a shakeup. So now you bring in Lovie Smith. Like, I'm not saying okay, it may work, it may not work, but what I'm saying is that I'm hoping it happens. Now let me ask you this, Lou. You said that they were close to hiring McCowan instead.
It came down to two people before the lawsuit came out. It was Josh
Really,
McCown.
remember Gannon had got eliminated though.
But my understanding was when Josh McCown applied for the job, just like Hines Ward did, Josh McCown was the lead for the Houston Texans job. Then that lawsuit came out. Then all of a sudden Lovie Smith just came out of nowhere. Even though he was like a assistant assistant defensive coordinator assistant in the Houston Texans.
So you don't feel like anything good is going to evolve from this situation.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that Lovie Smith is a head coach once again. But I thought after his stint with Illinois, he would never get a
Uh,
head coaching job ever again.
right.
Now plus he went from being a head coach, being fired as the head coach of Illinois to assistant defensive coordinator on the Houston Texans. But out of nowhere,
Right.
he became the lead for the head coaching job in Houston after the lawsuit was filed. To me, I'm hoping that the Texans really trying to help him with this organization, really trying to do things with the Houston Texans. But
Mhm.
think about think about think about their past, Polo. You had Tom O'Brien who gave away half their stars off that roster. Then you had the issue with Deshaun Watson. You hired because he wanted to urge the enemy as his head coach. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that whole thing with Watson and Masseuse came out. I'm like, because he wanted to be traded because he didn't like the way they were doing business there in Houston. And with the family who owns that team, to me, the family who owns that team need to sell the team. But the only people who really had his back was people who like me and you had Deshaun Watson back because all the evidence that the girl was saying did not add up to us.
No, it
Now
didn't.
now you got this whole situation with the lawsuit, and these teams and all they had lawsuit help because you getting all these black minorities getting need some interviews back to back now, but they still hiring white coach. They still hiring Caucasian coaches. Polo, because think about it. Miami Dolphins decided the offensive coordinator for the 49ers. The New Orleans Saints decided the defensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints.
Right.
And how many now that Lovie Smith is the head coach? Think about how many head coaches, how many African American head coaches we got in the league now. Two.
Yep.
Two. Because Miles Leftwood took his name out for the Jacksonville
Jacksonville.
because they probably told him, yeah, we're getting the interview, but you ain't gonna be hired as the head coach. We're gonna hire probably somebody. We're gonna hire somebody else. Like
Well,
what the what's the point of me
they,
doing two interviews if you don't hire him in the first place?
well, I don't know that they was. I mean, he said that he withdrew because he wasn't too fond of what's his name in the front office. He wasn't gonna get. You probably know his name. He said he didn't want to work with him. I forget his name or whatever, but he said he didn't want to work with him in the front office.
And I'm telling you, we need and how many African Americans are in the front office right now as GMs and presidents?
Sashi Brown. He just stepped. He got that Wizard. He went from the Wizards on to the to the Ravens. So now he done made his presence felt up in there. I
But
mean,
Polo,
Sashi Brown. Oh, go ahead.
but, but Polo, we need more than this one. We need more than this
I
one
know.
in the
I know.
like. They make it seem like we can't draft. They make it seem like we don't know nothing about football. We can't draft a good roster. We can't draft a good quarterback. Like,
You know
I'm
who I
telling you,
think he.
to me, I think Lovie Smith gonna have a short lease. If he does 4 years, I'll be amazed.
Hey, what did Ryan? Listen, I think it was Tony Dungy. It was either Tony Dungy or Ryan Clark. They said, "How are you going to keep your job? That's if you win." You know what I'm saying? He got to come in there, but he gonna have to win too, though, Lou. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, I already know what they're gonna do. As soon as he starts struggling, guess what they're gonna try to do? They're gonna push that narrative. As soon as he starts struggling or whatever, not realizing, okay, this guy got a lot on his plate when he comes in. We're talking about pretty much a rebuild situation from a coaching standpoint and also a personnel standpoint.
And you look at the Tennessee Titans and Indianapolis Colts. They're not going to go nowhere anytime soon. They're going to probably still keep dominating that division. How the Houston Texans going to have a good chance? You telling me they're going to draft good well enough to help him win?
I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't think like hey, you made a good point, Lou. I think Houston Texans development is probably one of the worst in my opinion. They don't know how to develop.
Because think about it, when Deshaun Watson was quarterback there, what was their main problem? They didn't have no good defense. They did not have a great offensive line. Yeah, you had skill players around him, but how many times did Deshaun Watson had to save them and time again just for them to get certain
Yeah,
wins?
yeah. He was a fucking one man show. Yeah, that's facts.
And how
This is
many
a
times
one man wrecking crew.
I'm surprised he was able to stand on his own 2 feet because he kept getting hit time and time again.
That's fact.
I'm like, you cannot, like, the way the league, like when he was in Chicago, mainly they were known for good defense and great running game. You cannot, the way the league is now, you cannot coach a team that, yeah, your defense is gonna be okay, but your offense is, you got to put up points. Got to put up points on the offense. And the way, if it is a passing league now, you gonna have a, if you're gonna have a good enough quarterback to hit and good enough O line to be a team that put up 30 to 35 points a game, I don't know.
Yeah, hey, when you made that statement, Lou, about falling for the banana in the tailpipe, man, I said Lou had been talking to my mom and my auntie because they both said, man, they full of shit. And look, I'm up in there trying to be like, hey Lou, I'm up in there, hold on, change is coming. They're like, man, hey, the NFL is full of shit. They trying to, man, I'm like, I'm up here trying to be like, damn, at least the nigga, nigga got hired or whatever. Then here come this nigga Lou. He like, man, I ain't falling for that shit.
I ain't gonna be the only person saying this, Polo. You don't be
I
surprised you see other
know.
people saying this.
But I already made a video about that, Lou. I said, man, the NFL think they so fucking slick. Now they want to start, everything is unraveling, unfolding. Now, this is another thing I was going to ask you too, Lou, and I want to see what you thought about this. I feel that the NFL, the NBA Players Association, some of those guys should speak out. Who would I really would like to, get them to say something and voice their opinions about everything. A guy like a James Jones, Monty Williams, and even Doc Rivers. You know what I'm saying? The guys that have, African Americans that have been in the front office. I feel like they should stand behind Chris Bosh in this situation too, as well as Chris Paul. Man, even fucking LeBron James, he got a voice, but they probably not gonna do that shit.
You know why? LeBron, they ain't trying to mess up their pay money.
Yeah, they brand. Yeah,
Cause remember, LeBron James spoke out against certain things, but everybody thinking, oh, you just trying, you we ain't falling for what you trying to say. You just trying to act like you care when you really don't.
right, right. Now that's one thing about LeBron James that I will say. I'm not gonna say that he was just doing that. I believe that he really does with the change and stuff like that. Now I'm like this, LeBron, because was it? I think LeBron was interested. I mean, he was interested in playing football, but I think he was also trying to invest uh, into pour his money.
Yeah, LeBron owns like two is part of a group that owns like part of the Red Sox and the hockey team too and the soccer team.
Oh, okay, but not football.
But what have we been saying? They need to start their own football league. We've been saying that,
Yeah.
right? And
Yep.
like you got The Rock who's running to the Stream Football League now. You got US American USA Football League probably coming like what in April.
Ain't
But
they?
here's the
Oh wait, no. I wait. Ain't no. Vince McMahon is with XFL, right?
yeah, but now the Rock is running it.
Okay, okay. So he bought it from. He sold it to the Rock.
He kind of like took over the league. He may be taking over the
Took over.
WWE because they on stock is like falling real
Right,
bad.
right. I believe the Rock could turn it around. You know who else? Hey, you know who would be a perfect guy to buy the fucking NFL, and I think he has a lot of power to do it. Motherfucking 50 Cent, Lou. That changed that whole
Oh,
motherfucker around. Now, some people might think I'm crazy for saying that, but think about the shit that everything that 50 Cent done been involved in, and everything that he touches pretty much has been kind of a success. You look at the shit that's going on, and the reason why I bring that up is because the whole power thing. But he's involved in much more than that. Or even a guy like like an Ice Cube, man. Some of these guys, man, they got to be like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna take it over. I think one time Bezos was trying to get his hand involved in it, trying to take it over and stuff like that. But Lou, somebody gonna have to take it over, or take our 85% out of there, Lou. Take 85% of our people out of there, and just start. We'll start running. We'll start our own shit.
I heard what you're saying, Polo, but the problem is, if you try to take 85 to 95% out of the NFL, they only gonna try to file a lawsuit saying it's a breach of contract. Because once you sign a deal, you obligate to play out that contract. Because you are getting the money from NFL, and plus the NFL can be like, man, you ain't getting no type of money from us, so you won't be able to start nothing.
Well, I like. Well, I wanted to talk about what you were talking about with Kamara earlier, about Alvin Kamara. I'm glad you brought that up because see, some listen, it's the NFL now is at a situation like if you fuck up or something like that, which Ryan Clark he said, I think Ryan Clark had alluded to this fact. He was talking about with Brian Flores. He said he's playing with fire. When he said that, okay, now that you talked about Alvin Kamara, it's like if if they find him, and they, with the whole shit that went on with the assault thing and all that other stuff, right? It's like, okay, you fuck up on your contract, that's it for you, and you get your bag packed and you'll never recover and shit. And that's what it's become. That's what it's become in the NFL now. It's like, damn, you fuck up one time, that's it. Look at, hey, we could go down the list.
Don't be
You know,
surprised.
it,
Don't be surprised if the Saints try to release Alvin Kamara,
I won't be.
and don't be surprised the NFL talk about suspending him for like 2 to 3 games. Because the person that he probably got in the person he probably got in the fight with is going to try to file a civil suit against him, trying to get some money.
Yeah,
And thing about Alphamar probably never put his hands on him. It probably was his charity he had around him in VIP.
right.
But this fool knew if I get he probably a broke dude went to the club knowing Alvin Kamara was going to be there. He was like, man, if I get beat up by Alvin Kamara, I can get some money out of this.
Yeah, payday.
That's probably what happened. Dude probably got drunk trying to get in VIP where Alvin Kamara had all these
Right.
the bigger name.
And Lou, he like, man, go ahead, hit me hard, man. He like, man, put my ass in a coma. Go ahead.
I would not be surprised if they got videotape showing what happened in the club.
Yeah, that was probably all in there and get the bag from the and females be doing it too. You know they notorious for that. Not you know in the sense of like sex. You know what I'm saying? Or when it comes to a baby or you know something like that. You know what I mean? Like they trying to get every man. They is trying to get that. They trying to get that bag. They trying to munch up off of you any way that they can. And probably got a whole bunch of people that's plotting that shit. They they be like, okay, Lou, we know you a star running back. You know what I'm saying? They know Lou's hangout, so they be like, you know what? I'm gonna just bump into Lou like he did something wrong, and I'm gonna start something with him. I'm gonna do something to piss Lou off, and then Lou gonna knock me out. That's it. You might have, hey, and the thing about it is, Lou, you might have been trying to defend yourself, and then guess what? They hit you with the okey doke or whatever. Oh man, that's Lou, man. I saw him do this. I saw him do that. You know, then next thing you know, it's gonna be more people against you than it is with you.